Welcome to Cash Cuties, a super personal finance podcast where we analyze our friends' private credit card statements and judge their spending habits. With love, I am Fumi Abe.
And I'm Steffi Bake.
We are back again on this couch. It's just us two this week. Steffi, what's going on, man? How are you?
I love how cozy it feels today. You got the heater on.
I got the heater on. I remember the first time you came over, it was not on. And it was freezing.
So cold. And why'd you decide to put the heater on today?
No, it was on last week too. It was broken for a little bit. When the first time you came over, it was broken.
But you're being cheap. It's a wall heater.
That's so funny.
It's a wall dude.
That's
Asians,
so
Asian
funny.
households are always considering that. Our parents are like, no, wait a second.
Yeah, with
Do
the
we
AC
really
and the heat.
Yeah, go put another jacket on.
I will say I'm like so just generous when it comes to heat. I don't give a fuck. I will have it on.
Okay.
Because I'm always so cold. I'm a dainty man. You know what I'm saying? I'm always cold. I don't have a lot of skin on me.
Yeah,
So
you don't have that much fat on you.
No, there's no fat. I mean, there's a little bit of fat, but like it's not really keeping me warm. And so I'm always cold. I used to fight with my roommates about the room temperature all the time.
Really? But you're a generous heat.
Dude, I pop the
cool.
I wake up extra early just to pop it on so that when I really wake up, it's warm. You know?
There's nothing like a warm apartment.
Love it.
Like there's,
God. We
well,
love it.
Yeah. So you're asking me how I am just
Yes,
generally?
I was. Yeah, I don't know. What have you been doing? You went to you had a whole World Cup thing this week.
I did. And it was Korea against Brazil,
Yes.
which, as people know, I am a citizen. I have Brazilian citizenship.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because my father, he was a Brazilian
Do you have
citizen.
3 citizenships? America,
I have 2.
Korea.
I don't have Korean.
Oh, okay. So what country are you? Because the World Cup is all about country versus country.
Bro, I thought this would be a simple. I woke up in the morning. Dumb had asked me a week before. He's like, hey, let's go watch the game.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, absolutely. But it was in Koreatown.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was going to be at his house.
Okay.
Like I thought a group of us were going to get together.
Yeah.
Yes, I knew that there was going to be, they were all Koreans.
Yes.
But I was like, I'm very excited about Brazil. Like Brazil's all about, they fucking love football.
Yes.
They love it so much.
Yes.
I grew up watching it when I would go to my grandparents' house. We were watching Brazilian soccer all the time.
Yeah.
So I have a connection between Brazil soccer. Those things are synonymous to me.
Right. It's not like you are Korean, but you don't have those memories cheering on the Korean team or whatever. So when you say soccer, emotionally you're with Brazil.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're supporting Brazil in the match, Korea versus Brazil.
Yeah, I mean, I felt a little conflict. There's some confliction, and I was like, "Oh, I have this other group to fall back on if the other one doesn't win."
Hilarious,
hedging
your identity.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Oh my god!
But yeah,
not loyal.
I also just thought, okay, Brazil's gonna win.
Yeah,
They're just the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever. So I put on my Brazilian jersey type of wear. I have a lot of Brazilian clothing,
Yeah.
So I did my eyeshadows. I woke up 2 hours earlier so I can
you did it
be
all
a
green?
fanny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did green, yellow, a little bit of blue.
Okay,
And, I called Dumb, and Dumb's like, oh, we're going to actually meet at this local bar called Cafe Blue.
Okay.
It's it's the Koreatown bar.
Okay.
It's it's the center of Koreatown. So I was like, okay. I was kind of excited to go into the bar.
Yeah.
And then the minute it's a dingy, dark bar. So they open the door, and it's black inside, and I could see all these faces turn at me.
Because you're wearing a bright yellow.
I'm wearing
fucking
a bright yellow. I got fucking tassels of pink. I mean green and yellow tassels come out. They turn, and then I'm like, uh-oh. I was like, I could already feel the uncomfortableness of the situation. The game had just started. Dude, 15 to 20 minutes in. Dumb and them haven't even come, so I'm there by myself.
Oh, so you're there by yourself being a fucking asshole.
Like a fucking asshole. And I was like, oh,
bro,
fuck.
When you said that, I pictured that scene from, have you ever seen Old Boy?
Yeah.
When one guy has to fight 30 men in a hallway.
Oh my god.
It's just you and 55 bunch of old Korean guys, and you just have to fight to the death because they hate you now.
Exactly. And then literally Dumb walks in 5 minutes later. I'm like, oh my god.
By the way, 5 minutes in, it's already 4-0. You know what I'm saying? They scored so fast.
They scored so
They scored
quick.
so fast.
And Dumb looks at me and he goes, oh oh my God. And he starts going in and about my identity. He's like, I know who I am, but you don't know who you are. He's like, I'm Korean. And I was like, bro, like, chill the fuck out.
It gets the World Cup always gets so political, you know.
I know.
Like I was just thinking, like, okay, this is fun, but in the same round, Japan also lost, and I'm like, oh my God, if Japan and Korea both won, it's gonna get so fucking political. Dude, you know what I'm saying? Wild, right? I almost wanted one of us to lose, so we didn't have to go through that.
Really? I thought it'd be cool to see how it would.
I heard so political,
right?
Dude.
I heard the Korean, the anchors or whatever you call them, the sports anchors, were talking. They were so excited that Japan lost, which I think is kind of like fucked up and wild.
Wait,
but also
the news anchors?
Yeah, like because you know how our game started, right? The Brazil.
Oh, after.
So right, I guess like those people who had just heard that Japan had lost.
Yeah.
Like apparently, like they were talking mad shit.
Like I always wanted to go. I actually think the next one's gonna be in America. I think
it is.
It's Mexico, Canada, and U.S.
Yes,
right?
Yeah, but there are games here.
Yeah.
So I would.
We gotta get tickets,
we gotta
bro.
fucking get.
Well,
tickets.
I looked into tickets because I was like, I always thought because the soccer is the most popular sport in the world, right? And I always thought like, these tickets must be so expensive. And I looked them up, and they're actually not that bad. We can see on the screen here, like, there's 4 different categories. I think category 1 is, like, the best seats or whatever. So opening match is, like, $600. Then it's, like, $200 per each group match. Round of 16, which is one we just saw, is only $275. That's nothing.
But this is for this game, this year, right?
This year.
And I was saying I think it's because it's in Qatar.
So you think inflation?
I think nobody wants to fucking go to Qatar.
Okay.
Like no one's like traveling to Qatar, and like the numbers of people that are like there versus like I think the tickets are going to be much more expensive here.
In the UK, it's more accessible, and it's like this is like a more fun country to visit or something.
It's accessible. More people. That means that more people like are likely to already want to go because it's here. Yeah. It's just
that's a good point though, because I was thinking like maybe this is a bajillion Qatar dollars. You know, $1,600.
Oh, you don't think that's in dollars?
I think this is USD.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. $1,600 isn't too bad.
Dude, I have friends who paid $3,000 to see Bad Bunny like a month ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is fucking the World Cup. So
yeah, like I don't think people are like flying out to like I think they need to make it cheaper out there so people will go.
How much would you pay for a soccer game? World Cup.
I think I'm gonna try to go for free.
How?
You just gotta know people.
Oh, because you're like a hot blonde Asian girl. Fuck that shit, bro.
What's a blonde have to do with that? Does that make it more?
Everything.
Is that more? Is it more unicorn?
It's more valuable. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit. That's hilarious. Yeah, I would pay. I don't know. I think I would spend.
I think it's so funny that we're both looking at this chart that has like the price tickets, and like from my straight Asian guy angle, I'm like, okay, well, like 1,600 is like, okay, I can like save here and there, and like, you know, it'll be in 4 years, and you're seeing these numbers, but it's all zero because you're like, I know some man's gonna ask me to go with him.
Dude,
the finances of a hot girl is so different, dude. So today, it's just 2 of us, so we wanted to cover like a specific topic, and I would say that, you know, if you've been listening to since episode 1, I think you and I are both pretty like responsible financially.
Wow, you think that about me?
I think so. I think that like you have your moments. You know, you have your moments where I'm like, $2,000 at Nordstrom's on a Wednesday. What the fuck? You know, you have your moments, but I think for the most part, like you are at least conscious of like what's coming in and out. And so like even this conversation we just had about gifting, you're like, oh, I used to give my mom a couple $1,000. This year, I'm gonna take her out to the Olive Garden or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause
breadsticks on me, bitch. Yeah. No, oh
it's
my
like,
god.
You feel it. I mean, I think to me, you feeling the in and outs of your money is important because that means you're like sort of aware, like you know what's going on. There are people who who are numb financially and they're just spending no matter how much they're making. So I think we're like sort of financially responsible. Yeah. I would definitely like let you borrow money if you ask me for. You know what I mean? I have very few friends.
It's been 4 episodes and now you went from being like, wow, you are I remember you started with thinking that I was like
you're a little reckless. Yeah, but then we had dumbfounded on and I was like, there are worse people in this world, you know. Anyways.
I love that. I love this. I love it. And you are extremely careful. You know exactly your Excel sheet out.
I'm too careful. By the way, I was going to talk about this earlier, but we totally didn't. And I'll just talk about it for a second because I don't want to spend too much time on it. But like I started doing end of year tax preparation. And you know, I told you that like I was freaking out because I didn't have a job.
Yeah.
And I was like looking for a new job. I'm gonna bleep this out, but I I only worked until June this year,
Oh, shut up.
and I made like dollars this year.
I hate you. I hate you.
So like,
I knew this was it though.
but
I
it's
knew it.
because I'm responsible, and so even when I'm freaking out, I'm good, baby. I got that net.
And
you know
you're
what I'm saying?
anxious. Come on.
But it's like sometimes I need to do the math to be like, oh no, I can calm down.
I hate
know
you
what I'm
right
saying?
now. It makes my insides hurt. Look at you. Just look at you.
Oh God, that's
Look
why
at
that's why I'm so relaxed today. You see me? I'm not like super jittery, you know. 'Cause
Wow.
I'm like, I'm good.
You fucking killed it with your finances.
Well, just this year.
honestly.
Next year, I'm so fucked. But anyways.
Well, congratulations on this like epiphany. It's fucking rude,
Yes.
but it's also I'm happy for you because
Thank you.
that's all because of you. That's what's beautiful about finances. It's like you
You
can't
did that
blame.
shit.
You
Yeah,
can't
you're right.
blame
You can't blame anybody.
anyone.
You can't blame anybody. But anyways, this week we want to talk about no matter where you are financially, if you're responsible, irresponsible, it doesn't matter. Everybody has a financial blind spot. And by that I mean everyone has a vice that they spend money on where all your financial logic just goes out the fucking window and you're just like spending money like you're in a fucking rap music video. I think everybody has that. I don't think it's constant, but everybody has a phase, you know.
Yeah.
Some people are like have addictive personalities, like whatever it may be. And this week we wanted to talk about vice.
Ooh.
Yes. You even pasted the definition
I
of
did.
vice.
Can I read it?
Yes, you can read it.
The word vice. I had to look it up. 'Cause
I know.
I was like,
That's so funny. I think that's a red flag, to be honest with you.
What the fuck?
I think it means you don't know what you don't know like your financial blind spots if you
Well,
don't know what vice is.
to me, vice was just such like a heavy word. It's like it's usually sex, drugs, or like some crazy shit. And I was like, I feel like I'm so responsible that I'm like, maybe I don't have this thing. The word vice can be defined as a bad habit or ongoing pattern of behavior that represents moral weakness or depravity.
Okay.
Okay.
What, that definition is like more confusing. Represents moral weakness or depravity. Okay. Yeah, moral weakness. That's a
pretty
good.
good.
I think you're like it's just no matter how, for me I'm like my whole thing is like I'm super financially responsible blah blah blah, but there are certain things in life where I'm just like I'm like the guy you're talking about. I'm like the bow emoji. Like please please do anything you want to me. Take all my money.
Are
Like,
you a sub a bit? Subby?
No, I'm not subby. I mean, but to certain things, I am subby,
I
and
love
it's not
that.
it's not sexual. Certain things, I'm financially subby. Like financially dom me. So today we wanted to talk about what these vices are for us,
Yeah.
and how it sort of says a lot about.
Oh my
who
God,
we
I'm
are
so
as
excited
people.
to what you're about to go into right now because I want to hear the details of your vice.
So my
'cause
vice.
it's very surprising. Okay, I'm sorry. I
So
didn't want to.
No, it's okay.
Go ahead.
My vice is strip clubs.
Oh,
It's strip clubs, baby.
Yes, make it rain. Make it rain.
And that might be surprising to some people who don't know me, but I used to go a lot. I just like I'm gonna just do a brief
Yeah.
history of
Okay.
my behavior,
Okay.
and I'll sort of let you ask me whatever question. So
Wild.
like, I obviously I knew what they were for a long time, but I didn't go because it's one of those things where you're like, it looks scary, right? Like the bouncer outside, you it's like this thing that you're not supposed to go to. It's this thing like for me growing up, it's like where my like friends' deadbeat dads would go, and I was like, I don't want to go there. But then when I was 19 years old, I went to this restaurant, and my manager there was like, sort of, he's just kind of like a guy who goes to the strip club. He goes to a lot of stuff like that, and so he took me for like. He just took me one night after work. He's like, "Have you been to a strip club?" And I was like, "Nah." And he's like, "Okay, I'll take you." And I had a fake ID at the time because you have to be 21 to get in. So he took me to Flash Dancers, dead smack in the middle of Times Square, and we go in, and I think like my mind was still like I was 19, so it's still like moldable,
Yeah.
or I don't know what the word is.
It's still developing.
It's still developing, and like when I walked down there, like. It got molded. You know what I'm saying? It got molded. Like all those boobs and the naked women, and like it was just so crazy. I experienced like euphoria. Like I was like high. I was like, this is wild. This is so
Because you were
wild.
not like you. I feel like you lived a pretty like clean cut type.
I'm a clean
life
cut guy. Also at the time, like I've seen like my friends' boobs, but I've never seen like bunch of boobs,
What do you mean your friends?
Like when I was in high school, like we'd be at a party and some girl would like flash you or something. You know what I mean? Like I've experienced that, but like I was still a virgin, and like I've just never seen like naked women like that before. And we like sat down. He bought my first lap dance. I remember at Flash Dancers, you're at the bar. When you buy lap dance, they take you to the lap dance area. And I didn't know how it worked. And he's like, you just give her like $20. So I gave her $20. And he was like, don't forget to tip her at the end. I was like, okay. So I got her some wands or whatever. And she's like, okay. She was like this Russian lady. She's like, okay, let's go. And she fucking grabs my hand. And she's like, we're like holding hands. And like we're walking to the back room. But she's so much taller than me. So it just looks like I'm holding hands like a mom or something, you know?
Yeah.
And I got my first lap dance. Got a huge boner. And then like, I don't know. Something about that like transactionist was like hot to me. I don't know.
Of course it is.
It was just hot. And so like, I don't know about that I was addicted, but I definitely went a lot for somebody who was like, so then I didn't really go
Wait, by yourself or with friends?
I would go as with friends at first, but then I started going alone. And then like, but this is when I was like in my early 20s. And I think like people in their early 20s don't really go to strip clubs that often. And like, I wasn't going every week. I was probably going like once every like 2-3 months, but that's still a lot for somebody.
Wow, dude, this is
20s.
crazy. I can't imagine that. I think see you as a very like, again, clean cut, just like you're doing your taxes right at the same, like to know that you are spending money at a strip club just seems so like, I don't know. It sounds like you need to play this character, because I imagine I would imagine you at the strip club like doing accounting on like when people are throwing money, you're like counting how much money is down on there, and you're like typing
sheets.
away
Yeah.
Oh, this person has spent $132. Like, does any of that even get taxed? I don't even know how that works. Like,
well, that's why it's cash, because I think they lied to the IRS or whatever.
So tell me. So you when you would go, you would always have cash, right?
Okay,
Or do they? I've never been to a strip club. I went once.
Oh, really?
No,
Okay, so we
twice,
can go
but
if you want sometime. But
yes, we have to go.
Okay, this is how I do it. So like, I'm still financially responsible. So the way it works is like, you have to. It's like a lot of it is cash. You can like buy dances on credit, but like who the fuck will do that? Also, there is an ATM machine at the strip club, but
You
the
swipe
fee,
the butt?
is
that what happens?
You
You're
swipe
just like
the
you
butt.
bring it and you
You
swipe the
the butt.
asshole.
But the
No.
ATM machines there are so expensive. It's like $10 being charged from the ATM machine and the bank. So it's $20 just to get out some cash. So what I always did is like I would go to Chase Bank before, and I would take out like $200, and I'd be like, this is all I'm spending. And I would like, it's kind of like, I do that with gambling too. I just go with a stack of cash that I know I'm going to lose, and I just spend it and I leave when that's gone.
Okay.
And so like,
It's your birthday present.
yeah, I don't get
type
fucked
of
up
thing.
and stuff. I just do it like that. And now like with inflation, I probably take out like every time I probably spent like $300 or something like that, because dance is a little bit more expensive now. But I remember like I was able to sort of, this is how I did it. This is how I had fun. And we can get into like the psyche part of it. But I remember I stopped going with friends because some of my friends, I realized like a lot of people don't have self-control in these environments. And like, again, like the friend I was talking about in episode 1, my G-Wagon friend, like we worked at the same job. Like I remember like, bro, like he would like take out cash from the ATM machine, because like we both go to Chase Bank and be like, okay, let's only spend like $250. Like we're being mad cute. Like we're going to the bank, we're both taking out cash, and we're going to the strip club.
Yeah.
So like when he's out of that, like he'd be really fucked up. He'd be like really drunk, and he'd go to the ATM, get more money, or like he'd get a private dance. One time we like went kind of late, so they close at 4 in New York. So like one time we stayed until 4, and I couldn't find him, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna leave. Like, where are you?
Yeah.
And I left, and I kept calling him. He wouldn't pick up. And the next morning, he's like, bro, I don't know what happened, man. And I'm like, what happened? And like, I guess he was like in a private room where they go until 5, and private rooms are like $700. So this dude, like, in total, he dropped like a fucking grand on this night that was supposed to be like 2 bros being goofy and like enjoying some titties together.
Can you share that room? Could you have been in that room and he could have like
split it with me?
Yeah.
No, it's got a private room, Steffi, because they get like fucking naked and they shove their fucking vaginas in your face and shit, dude.
So how much are they showing you? Or do they show the vagina?
So I've never. I did a private room once, like a long time ago, but it wasn't like. It was for my friend Katie's birthday party, and it was like very PG. But like, it really depends on where you are. In LA, there's like nude bars. So like when they do a dance, they're like completely naked. In New York, they don't take off the bottom. Unless you go to a private room or something like that. But like private rooms are so expensive. I never other than that one time, I don't usually go in.
Do they let you touch it? Anything?
I've never been, so I don't know.
Oh,
I mean,
you
I
haven't
think
been to
some
the one
places,
yet.
I've heard rumors some places like jerk you off or something, but like it's pretty strict these days, so I don't think that they do
I heard
that.
Vegas does that.
Vegas, they do that because of supply and demand. There's too many dancers. So there's too many dancers, so to get a customer's attention, they have to be like, I'll jerk you off for $20. in addition to the dance. And that's why they do that. It like, so
exploiting.
you have to like, it's like Econ 101. Like if there's more supply than demand, then the customers have more power to be like, well, I don't want to dance with you unless you're going to do X, Y, Z.
Wow. So were you a regular at this place you'd go to out there when you were 19? Like, did people, or 20, whatever?
No,
like,
I would go to this place called Sapphire a lot in New York. That was pretty fun because this is another thing that I did. Because so you have to pay an entrance fee. It's usually $20 or $30. But at Sapphire, if you say you follow their Twitter, you get it for free. So I would always be like, I follow you guys on Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah. See, I'm economical with my vices.
Economical.
I'm economical with my vices.
Okay, so what does it feel like when you're there? Like, what was the high you'd got? Like, did you make, is it like I would think it was because like you felt powerful.
I think
I rich.
I think when I first started going, there was something of that, like, I like didn't have a girlfriend and like I wasn't around women who would like look at me or touch me like that, you know? And so there was some of that. Like it was, I was like paying for this like sort of fantasy, you know? That's the other thing with strip clubs is like, you can't, like a lot of dancers come up to you. Everybody's trying to make money, right? It's a fucking cash economy. Everybody's trying to make money. So they'll come up to you and they'll be like, hi, do you want to dance? They'll sit up, hi, do you want to dance? But for me, because I only go in there with like $200-$300, like I want you to flirt with me. I want you to sell me on it. Yeah. So like usually typically Russian girls who like don't try at all, they just go like, hey, come on, let's go dance. I'm like, no. But like if they sit with me and like drink with me and like flirt with me, I'll be like, yes, of course. Because then the dance is more fun because it feels like we just had a connection, even though it's all fake. But it feels real.
You want an emotional sort of.
So then that $20-$30 feels more valuable. It's like I'm getting more for my money rather than just like you shoving your butt in my face, you know.
I feel like that. Yeah. I totally understand that. And so you would, are there people you'd go back to, like girls you would dance with that you
I don't remember their fucking names, you know.
Oh, okay.
But like, so then I did that for a little bit. Then I got to stop going. But then in LA, when I moved there last year, because I was making a lot of money, and as we know, when we're both making a lot of money, we don't give a fuck, right? And I was living alone. My girlfriend was still in New York, and I was like lonely. So I'd go to this place called Sins in West Hollywood. And like I remember I didn't have a car, so I'd scooter there. Yeah. I've never scootered to a strip club in my entire life.
That is fucking wild. That is so innocently weird. Like it's just. Oh my god. Okay, so that was part of the. Okay.
So I'd scooter to the strip club, and then I go in. And then like I would like literally like what's that thing the Koreans do, domi or something?
Yeah, Tomi.
I treat it like that where it's like I treat it like a hostess club. I'd be like sometimes I won't even get a dance. I just buy them a drink and be like, just talk to me. For a while, like I did enjoy the transaction part of it, and I wonder if that makes me a misogynist. Like I did like maybe it made me feel powerful because I felt like I didn't have a lot of control over that aspect of my life when I was younger. Like I felt like I didn't have a girlfriend and I had all this stuff and like I wasn't really hooking up with anybody. And there was something about like I gave you $20 and you will do XYZ for me.
That's like a fun role play. Yeah, well, how about like in the bed? Someone can role play this with you.
Yeah, but I don't want to lose money in my own house. I'm not gonna like Venmo my girlfriend.
Dude, it could be fucking fantasy. It doesn't have to be real money. It could be.
I'm playing with Monopoly money. I'm playing with the money bought on Amazon for the photo shoot.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. That's awesome.
But anyways, that's my vice.
Okay.
What is your vice? Where are you
this is why I had to Google it because I was like, if yours is strip clubs, like it fits into the sex, money.
Yeah, sex, money, drugs is like the common. That's the common.
I was like, I'm not addicted to any. This is why I came up with makeup. I was like, okay, how is it a vice? It has to do with vanity and it has to do with greed. Because the amount of makeup I spend money on is, I think, just way more than the average person. I just feel like it's so fun. Like I know where it started. Is I started watching like YouTubers like probably 10 years ago playing with makeup, and I was like, oh, as an Asian woman, there's not that many Asian like bloggers or vloggers. I got really addicted to watching these few girls, and then I started thinking like I need like every fucking tone of lipstick. Like I need like the right type of peach, because it's surprising how different. Like to you, when you think of makeup or lipstick, it's like you're like it's red or it's pink, red, right?
Yeah.
No, there's like millions of different, not really, but thousands of different types, because for lipstick, it could be about the sheerness. Yeah. It could be about the texture, like the how dark it looks. And we all have a different skin tone of a lip, right? Like I have a bit more peach in it.
Yeah.
So the color that I put on can change. The color will look very different from somebody else that has like, even as an Asian person, like your lip tone is different from mine.
Yeah.
So even if I saw a review of a specific lip color, it'll look different on you and it will on me. And like I have freckles, I wear different types of tones of clothes. Like I'm a neutral, like I'm in between tones. So it's not like, when you hear people that are like, oh, do you look better in gold or silver jewelry? I'm like in the middle. I look good in all of it. Okay.
Okay, flex. Okay,
flex.
bitch.
So
wait, but okay. How much are you spending? Let's do numbers.
I would easily spend over $3,000 worth of makeup, and that's not including like maintenance of like haircuts or getting facials or getting massages. I'm talking about surely like going to a Sephora, going to a Bloomingdale's or Nordstrom's.
So that's like a little under $300 a month. Also, just for fun context, I looked this up. Americans spend an average of $110 a month on beauty, fitness, and wellness. That's about like $1,200. So you're spending like 3 times more than that.
Yeah, it was not even like I don't wear that much makeup.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask you, is because you don't really wear it. So why do you? Is it? It's clearly some psychological thing is happening. Do you like owning things? Do you like the way it looks on your desk?
I need to have one of. I was that kid when I was younger. When you like. People have like things. I loved candy, right?
Yeah.
But I would never eat it. I would hoard candy that I got, and I would hide it under my bed. Like would never.
For what purpose? Just to
have it.
You just like having shit.
I just like having it. It's like a hoard. It's literally a hoarding. Like having. I think that it just it makes me feel safe. It makes me feel rich just having things like items.
Yes.
So makeup kind of became like my adult candy. It's also the packaging. When I have a beautiful packaged lipstick like fucking Armani or Chanel.
Yeah.
It feels good in my hand.
So it's all like an experience for you. It's not just what it looks like on your face.
No.
Or the brand. It's this like storing it away in this beautiful package, looking at it, feeling it in your hand.
Yeah. And I don't, like, you're right. I have a curated thing every time of makeup that I do use, of all the makeup I have. And it's probably like 0.05% of what I have.
Oh my God.
That I use. But it's like I always just reach for the exact same things over and over again because it took me this long to finally find exactly what I like.
Why do you think it's makeup? Why can't it be, if you like the packaging, it sounds like you just sort of have this gravitation to like just collecting nice things. I feel you can get that from like jewelry. You can get that from like, I don't know. There's just like a lot of things you can collect and look at, and it's nice. Those like Fabergé eggs or whatever the fuck, like why is it makeup?
That's a good question. I feel like this is now a therapy session. I know my grandma always had like a bunch of beautiful makeup in her house, and I would always play with it. My mom had makeup that she would put on, every time we went out, and she spent a lot of time like beautifying her face, but I wasn't allowed to play with her makeup. So I would only do it when she wasn't looking. I would like kind of sneak into her room and play around with it, and I think that it felt like playtime for me, and it felt like something kind of naughty that I was doing, and that itself was exciting. Doing something that I wasn't supposed to do. I wasn't supposed to play with makeup. I'm not supposed to put on my face. Like my mom was very strict about that when we were kids. So maybe it's like it feels like a little. It's
pretty amazing how like for both of our stories, like something happened when we were younger, and it like made an impression on our brain.
Yeah.
And then it's being it's manifesting in this weird way because it's not super straightforward for you, right? It's like, it's not that you love trying different makeup and putting different art on your face all the time. Like that's not it for you. It's this thing that you feel like you're not allowed to have. And so now you just want all of it.
Yeah, maybe
it's like you're like owning something. You're owning this thing in your past. You're conquering this thing in your past. And for me, I don't know what it is exactly, but like there is something like there's some sort of control aspect of it. There's sort of this like, oh, I can like buy this fantasy. I can control my reality with a $20 bill for 3 minutes or whatever the fuck,
Right, it is a fantasy that you get to live in, and like we have power over that fantasy now.
That's what the vice is, I think. It's like, I think that word is scary because it sounds like you have a problem with drugs or something. But really, I think we are just trying to like control something in our chaotic lives,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's it.
You're like, yeah, it's not us masking our like sadness with like things that give us a rush.
Yeah,
like,
it's not
for
me being horny. I swear. It's just
I know.
it's not me liking boobies. It's this thing in the past that happened. It's not my fault.
So like, okay, so one of my goals is I've always wanted a makeup brand for myself, or like a Sephora or department place where I could sell makeup. And like that is a goal that I will most likely at some point in my life, like being a model, being able to like always be around this already.
Yeah.
Like I know this is going to happen for me. I just don't know when.
Yeah.
I know I want a business in makeup at some point. I think that would you ever want to
open up my own strip club?
Yeah, or be involved in it somehow.
I always thought that if not that I could make this happen because I have no connections, but like I was like, oh, if I didn't do comedy, like it might be fun to work in a vice industry, whether it's like gambling or like managing a strip club or like something in the operation. There's something fascinating to me about making money from people. It's kind of like cheating. I just feel like we're literally strip clubs. We're making money from guys with boners, right?
Yeah.
Guys with boners are the best consumers. I don't know why every marketing meeting isn't about guys with boners, because guys with boners will buy and do anything. They're so loyal. They're like in a trance state, right? They're so horny. They want this thing. You can get them to do anything.
And it outlasts like your whole life. Men are horny till they're 100 years old.
That's what I'm
right?
saying. It's like people talk about like early adopters, laggards. Like, no, we got to be talking about like, if we're going to do customer segmentation, my guy, we got to do guys with boners. That's number one. Guys with boners, you know?
All right. So here we play the audit game where I look into our friends. Right now we're doing Fumi's credit card statements, and we analyze and kind of like go into the psyche of what happened to you while you're spending this money.
Happened to me this month?
What the fuck were you doing here? What the okay, I have a question about this here hotel in Houston downtown.
Oh, here.
You spent 200
Here, I'll pull it up right here.
Oh, thank you.
Or whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I see in Houston you spent $274 at a hotel. I wanted to talk about this because what kind of hotels do you usually get, right? Because to me, 207 is kind of like mid to below mid tier. I'm assuming.
Wait a second.
What?
Wait a second.
What?
You think that's for one night? That's 2 nights. I would never spend $270 on a hotel a night. That's insane. That is insane.
What?
I would never spend over $200.
I would never go to a hotel with you then, because that is fucking crazy that you're only spending $120 at a hotel.
Well, it was a nice hotel. It was like a Marriott.
No, I can't.
I'm
very picky about this shit.
Okay.
Wait. Hold on.
Wait.
But is it different?
Okay,
Also, is it different because this is work versus, because you were there for a show, right? Is it different when you're spending money on a hotel for work versus like a vacation?
It's not at all. I'm always looking for deals. I've never not booked on like Hotels Tonight or something. I always
I do too.
But I would of course I have spent more than $200 on a hotel because I've had to. Like I went to Hawaii last year, and like obviously hotels in Hawaii are very expensive. Even that, it was like I stayed for like 9 or 10 days. So like I the first 3, because it was like a weekday, it was $170, and over the weekends the rates were like $250. So like overall I paid probably about $200 or something per night. But yeah, I don't like paying a lot of money for hotels and lodging. I fucking hate it. I will stay at a fucking hostel if I have to. Like I won't fucking do it. I won't fucking do it.
No, for me. No.
I like to stay around like a below 150 for hotels if I can.
Okay, yeah. I must be such a pretentious.
So where are you
bitch.
staying? Are you staying at the the fucking JW Marriott? Like where the fuck are you staying?
I mean, okay, I feel okay. I don't spend money like this, but I think that when I go on vacation, maybe it's a little different with work. I really love the experience of a room. Like that is very important. It will affect the whole mood for me.
Really?
Yes, the whole trip can be affected by how shitty the room is. And like that's just me, because people spend money on different things. For me, the hotel has to feel kind of luxurious.
But can I say something?
What?
Okay. Let's say you're going on vacation in New York, right?
Yeah.
You get a nice hotel in New York City. You would. And New York City hotel prices are crazy, right?
Yeah.
So like 200 is not enough. You probably shell out 300 for like a room like what you're describing, right?
Yeah.
But to me, that makes no sense because like you're out in New York City, you're outside, you're spending money outside. So why does this have to be that nice? I'm not saying I want to stay in a shithole, but why spend? Okay, go ahead.
Because you spent all this time outside in the shithole of New York and it being dirty. I want to fucking walk in and feel like, oh my God, what a fucking relaxing, whatever 5,000 thread count sheet.
Yeah.
I want to feel like there's no fucking rats possibly running around, although there probably is, but create the illusion for me. I want nice lighting. I want to feel, I don't want to smell cigarettes walking in. I also don't want to walk around with other people that are in the hotel that look like that they just like rolled in from fucking like Arkansas.
She means poor.
I'm sorry. This is the most pretentious thing I
please.
can
This is
ever say.
This is fascinating. Okay.
I want to feel like a queen in the hotel I stay because I don't spend that much on rent anymore, and I think I do a good job amount of saving money there. I feel shitty about that too, though.
This is just so funny how it started with like you being like $270 a night. What are you, a fucking poor person? And I'm like, no, that's 2 nights.
No, I have spent. Like you're saying, on a place where it's like $150 in New York, and I don't know. I think I'm just so I don't. I know
what you
like
mean
it.
though.
I hate it. I hate it.
When a hotel's dirty, I can't do it either. I make sure that like I love a good deal, but I do want to stay in a place. I'm like I don't want it to because I made this mistake one time of like I had a flight to catch back to New York from North Carolina. I was doing a show. It got canceled. I had to stay an extra night in North Carolina. I was stingy and I was like, I don't want to pay that much for a hotel because I'm leaving first thing in the morning. Mm-hmm. I was like, I've never stayed at a motel, but like, what could be so bad? I go in, the whole place smells like a boys' locker room. Mm-hmm. I'm right by the pool. They're so loud. The bathroom is dirty. I legit went in. I went back to the front desk and I was like, I actually can't stay here anymore. Yeah. And they gave my money back, and I paid $100 more to stay at like a regular Marriott.
Right?
And I was just like, and it wasn't the JW Marriott, but I was like, let me just stay in like a normal thing because
like you can afford it.
Yeah. Like I was being stupid. My bad. You know?
Yeah, I've done that before when I traveled to. It's happened to me like twice, like Brazil. I've gone hotels. I've dated guys who try to be cheap with the hotel.
Oh, when you go on vacation together.
Dude,
that's a turn on.
Fucks up my mood if you get me a hotel that's like a Holiday Inn or some shit, like, or even if like I know it's fucked up because they're paying for it, I will pay the difference and stay in a nicer hotel. But I will not. I can't be in the mood. I'm just like, I can't. It's just so unsexy to me. Like
that's so funny that you say Holiday Inn because I took my girlfriend to San Diego and we stayed at a Holiday Inn Express.
How do you even want to like hold each other? Looking at that fucking dark gray,
the dark gray. They have free breakfast.
What's
free breakfast.
What's up with that? Yeah, the breakfast is fucking like a little like it's like Twinkies. No, I love Twinkies.
No, they have like eggs.
Twinkies.
Disgusting eggs.
Yeah, but what kind of eggs is it?
It's probably bad eggs and some home fries.
It's hard-boiled eggs from Costco. I know what that is.
Get some home fries.
No, it's fucking it's home fries and it's like a basket of like random ding dongs and shit.
Literally
like,
never seen you so upset on this podcast.
Sorry, I'm sorry. This is so pretentious.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, give me a couple more.
Next, I want to say throughout this whole thing that I'm looking at, you've only eaten at one Asian establishment, and you have a lot of restaurants here, and you have a lot of like coffee shops. Chikurin in Sawtell. That's not racist. That's where you fucking ate.
Don't be racist.
That's the only one fucking place you ate. What is this place?
Okay, that's a place in Sawtell, and they sell like okonomiyaki. You know what that is? It's like those pancakes.
Yes.
It was pretty good. It was all right. So here's my problem. I just feel like I live in West Hollywood. I don't have a lot of good Asian food accessible here that is at the price point that I like. Uh-huh. And also like
wait, what's the price? Hold on.
I don't like paying a lot of money for Asian food. That's like my thing. I'd rather just make it at home. So like I do grocery shop, but we make a lot of Japanese food at home. Wow. But like I just like also, I'm not saying LA doesn't have good Asian food because it definitely does. It definitely does, but you have to know where you're going. And I think like even this place, it was pretty expensive. It was okay. And I'm like, I don't want to spend $80 on like okonomiyaki historically is a food that was created around World War II. It literally translates to whatever you want. That's what okonomiyaki it's yaki means to grill something. So it's whatever you want grilled. And During World War II, everybody was so poor, the government would just give you flour.
Yeah.
And so people would take the flour, put water, eggs in it, and then put whatever vegetables they could find and make little pancakes.
Yeah.
That's where this comes from. And for me to pay fucking $80 for fucking two, one for me and one for my girlfriend, it's dumb and it's not good. And like, I just feel like I have such a high standard of Asian food that like, I don't really feel like going out to eat Asian food that much, to be honest. And so when I do go out, it's always like new American food or whatever the fuck, because like I don't make that stuff at home.
Look, I think I'm going to blame you. This is all your fault.
This is my fault? Okay.
For ordering the cheapest flour World War food.
No, but this place specializes in it.
Yeah, I know, but you're trying to find the cheapest food in fucking
no.
Sawtell. It's very expensive. That's your fault. Like, you could be getting sushi for that price probably for $30.
Probably.
You could probably get some good sushi or like that. So that's your fault for getting fucking flour ass war food in Sawtell, one of the most expensive like zip codes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that.
You are looking at the wrong fucking places for Asian food.
Okay.
Please go to San Gabriel Valley.
I
will guarantee that every block will have at least 2 restaurants that are phenomenal. Yeah. They might have horrible ratings. Do not follow the ratings on Yelp.
Okay.
Koreatown?
Yeah, we weren't in Koreatown. We just happened to be in Sawtell, you know?
Do you think that Asian food should not be worth as much as Europeanized?
It's not. I'm not saying I think it should be worth a lot. I just think that because my experience with Asian food is like eating it in Asia, and I understand that here it's an export. That's why ramen costs like $20. Even when it cost $13 in 2010, I was like, ugh, this shit's like $4 in Japan.
Yeah.
And now that it's $20, I'm like, you really have to think, is this a $20 experience? Is this that good?
I get
and
that.
The answer is no, it's not $20 good.
Yeah.
And that's my problem with a lot of, it's especially with Japanese food. Like, I love Japanese food and it can be so good, but if I'm gonna fucking drop $30 on your fucking ass bento box, it better blow my fucking mind, bro. And in New York, it's just so accessible because the trains and stuff. And here, like, I gotta drive to San Gabriel. That's so fucking far away, you know. I don't have anything.
Uber Eats.
Yeah, but Uber, that's so expensive, you know. At least in New York, I can just go there, and it's still expensive. But like, you can go to like Otoya in New York, which is pretty good. And it's like a little bento thing with fish, and like it's pretty good for like a little under 30.
Yeah,
it's excellent.
I do agree that you are in a very like this neighborhood is very white, or like it's very like it's not just white. It's Jewish. You get really good Jewish food here. You get good different types of food. But it's more like European based, like Italian. It's not very Asian. You're not in a very Asian. Like, you probably don't really run into that many Asians just like walking around here. So
no, and I wish that I would. Yeah, they would pump me up.
I mean, so maybe
move.
Maybe you need to fucking move a little bit.
I don't know.
Get closer to your people.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to spend that much money on Asian food. Let's move on.
Okay.
But,
let's do like one more.
I do think you need to go to more Asian restaurants.
You should take me because I feel like you always know.
All right. We'll go with your girlfriend. We can all go together.
You want to do a double
cute.
date?
Yeah.
But who gon' pay?
Why don't we just not talk about it and see what happens?
Okay. We'll secretly record it.
We'll secretly experience when we get to the menu part or the paying part.
Yeah.
I love Kismet. Love it. Great option.
Oh, I hated it. It was so bad. It was so bad, dude. And it was so expensive. This is what I'm talking about. It's not good. You know what's good? Persian food? Fucking Rafi's in Glendale. That's good. This place sucks ass, and it's expensive, and they got like cool hipster Asian people working there, even though it's like a Lebanese restaurant, whatever the fuck. I'm like, I don't fucking buy any of this shit. I know it's cute, but like, that's what you're paying for. You're fucking paying for white people with tattoos to give you Lebanese food, and I hate that shit. I hate that shit.
Wait a second. What the fuck did you order that was bad? There's no. Did you go? Wait,
it's not
delivery.
bad.
No, you
but it's
went
not
and
good.
ate it there.
Yeah, I ate there.
Did you get the chicken?
I don't fucking remember what I got, dude.
Why did you spend $81?
Because it was like a thing that was like shared for 2 people or something like that.
That's a lot of money for 2 people, dude.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being a hater. It just I have very high standards when it comes to food, and if it's gonna be that expensive.
Okay, wait a second. I think now I'm coming to a conclusion that
because if you pay $80 for that, you wouldn't think that chicken is good, but because you paid $30, you think it's good. It matters. The price point matters.
The price point matters. And I also think like who you go with and like what you need to get recommendations. Cause like this experience was so different for you, right? Even if this was like $40 for you, you wouldn't go back. It sounds like
I wouldn't
you didn't
go
think
back,
that.
no.
So I'm saying it sounds like we can definitely judge a place by the first time we go, but we got to give it a second chance and we got to talk to people who actually might like that restaurant.
That's true. That's
so
true.
Right? Because we might have
That's
ordered
true.
like going one time to a restaurant expecting to love it is also really wild.
And the opposite is true. You could love it and go back the second time. You're like, and you bring in friends and you're like, I guess it's okay. You know
I
what I
hate
mean?
that. Don't you feel stupid?
I know you feel so dumb
Oh, God.
when they don't. It's like
God,
it's like showing somebody like a funny YouTube video and they're not laughing. You know, it's like a live version.
And
of
then
that.
you have to. And then what you do is you start speaking up. Like you're like, oh, did you hear that part? Yeah. The part you explain the
you trying to
joke,
sauce, bro?
yeah. You explain the joke, and that which kills it.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Okay. What the fuck is this? You're in-flight Wi-Fi? Are you buying in-flight Wi-Fi?
Okay. So I made
What the fuck?
I made a mistake.
You paid $12, then you paid $15.
I made a mistake.
What?
Okay, please forgive me. I had to work on something that required internet, and I was like, okay, I'll pay for internet. That's fine, because it'll be fast and whatever. I forgot I was taking 2 flights. One, it was like a connecting flight. The first one is an hour.
Oh no.
And the second one's 3 hours. I thought the first one was 3 hours and the second one's an hour. So I bought internet on the first one. The second I bought it, they're like, we're landing shortly. And I was like, what the fuck? And so I couldn't really work on it because they made me put my laptop away. So then I got on a second flight. I bought it. Then I worked on the thing. But I wasted fucking 15. And I still, I'm so stingy. I still think about that $15.
I'd be so
I still
pissed.
think about that.
I'd be so pissed. I'm sorry that happened to you. That is so fucked up.
It's fucked, right?
50 and plus, by the way, 3 hours for is it 3 hours with $15?
It was like it's like the unlimited package or whatever. Like for the duration of your flight. The 1 hour was like
did you make use of
cheaper,
it at all?
but I did. Yeah, I had to like work on a packet or something. So.
Oh God, I'm too cheap
But
to pay for that.
I'm okay paying for it if I'm working on something, but the fact I did it twice, that's 2 pain points that really hurt me. You know.
Dude, that's $27. That's almost $30 that you spent.
I know, and that's almost as much as your kismet. It's not even enough for a kismet meal. You know.
Dude, I can't believe you spent that much. I mean, that's.
You're judging me so hard right now.
That is like.
You're
well,
really
I think
judging.
everybody that's goes on planes think about paying for this like at some point, and I want to know the stats on how many people are actually paying for
Well,
Wi-Fi.
I think if you're working, actually, to be honest with you, back in the day, Wi-Fi used to be shitty. Now you can like watch videos on there.
Yeah.
It's pretty fast. So I do think that if you need to like actually do work, it's worth it. If you need the internet, it's totally worth it.
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
I fucking hate going on like late night trips, like, and someone has their
Laptop
fucking
open
laptop
and you can't sleep.
like. How bright is that shit? When the lights are off and the fucking laptop is open, not only do you feel bad because you know there's work you could be doing.
Yeah. So you feel guilty and you're sleepy and you can't sleep.
But you can't even sleep. You can't even like repress the feelings of not working because it's fucking blaring in your face that you could be up doing this.
Yeah.
So this is, I hate that. I hate it. I don't think anyone should work on a plane. I think we should all not work on planes.
Yeah, we should all, when we all, like, they should make an announcement and be like, hey, listen, just want to let you know nobody's better than anybody else on this plane. Like,
no one's better than anyone else.
Please put your laptops away because let's be fucking honest, like, it's uncomfortable. Your table's like 1 inch by 1 inch. Your laptop doesn't even fucking fit on that. Just relax and watch a fucking Adam Sandler movie and just treat this as what it is. It's just a fucking 3-hour flight to Dallas. Chill, watch a movie. Go take a shit.
It's free.
Eat her fucking biscottis, and you're there. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you.
This was great. If you want to support the podcast, please follow us on all the socials. You can find me on there at the Fumi Abe. That's TheFumiAbe.
And you can find my Instagram at Baked Goods, BAIKEDGUDS, or my website, steffibake.com.
What is the joint Instagram account? Cuties Pod.
Cash Cuties Pod.
Please follow us on Instagram there.
Yay,
and we also have a YouTube channel, so subscribe and find us on there. And please email us at cashcutiespodcast@gmail.com and let us know what you want us to talk about. You know, if you have if you're in a financial bind, we'll talk about it on the podcast. We just want to hear from you. And that's it. So we'll see you guys next week. Cuties, spend wisely. Spend your money wisely.
Yeah. Or have fun.
Bye.
Bye.